Arrowverse, how you guys doing? Can you do me a favor? Hit that like and subscribe button. Push that bell for notifications all. Apologies if my voice sounds a little ratchet. It's because yesterday I was auditioning for a voice acting job. I'm not going to say what kind of position it is. It's just going to be interesting banger. I'll keep you guys updated on what I'm actually doing with that voice acting career. Anyways, other than that, let's do a recap video of The Flash, shall we? So right now, Joe is doing an investigation, a personal one, on Kristen Kramer, the military lady. She has a very sus background, meaning that, yes, her whole unit was killed, and it was killed by Meta, but she allowed that Meta to kill her own unit, and she played victim, saying that, yes, it was Meta that killed my whole unit. So that does not make any sense why she's targeting Metas. Other than that, we see in this scene Cecile is actually, I thought she was having a vision at first, but no, it appears that Cecile, the real Cecile, is trapped inside an asylum basically. So we gotta figure out what's happening after that. She can't get out, she's trapped. It kind of reminds me of a similar thing of Garotti basically. I'll get into that. So Cecile right now, this fake Cecile is actually telling Barry, can you help me with this case? And it's a dud. This case does not exist basically, and it's a trap basically. She whammies Barry, and Barry basically falls for it, and he gets trapped in the mindscape. So when I say it's kind of like Grodd, it's kind of like when Barry was stuck in Grodd's mind. So Cecile, this fake Cecile protagonist, plays dumb, and she says that he has Barry just collapsed. And Keiynan says that, well, his brain to polarities is off the charts, meaning someone is controlling it. So Barry is talking to Cecile and says that, how long have you been in here? And she says, ever since the lightning storm. Other than that, this Cecile claims that, oh yeah, there's a golden mass. I believe it may be affecting Barry. So back in the mindscape, Barry and Cecile are trying to escape. This is the mask that the fake Cecile was talking about. Basically, she's setting them all up. So they need to steal it out of a museum. So they call up Susan. Ralph is busy at the moment. So Susan is helping out, trying to plan out how to steal this mask from a museum so that they could take it and they could be able to use a mental device and I guess split diffuse it from Barry's mind. So they're on a mission and they're inside the museum, and she's about to, I guess you could say, dodge some lasers basically. So that's what Susan does. She's actually pretty good at it, and after she dodges these lasers, she ends up turning them off, and Cecile comes down, and well, let's just say that the portal is finally opening, but a portal actually closes on them because there's a person that comes out of it. This person is actually Cecile, and it's actually the Guardian. So do you guys remember in Grodd's mind there's a Guardian that was guarded the portal to escape basically? Well, that's kind of like the same thing that's happening here. Cecile needs to conquer her fears basically. Meanwhile, on the outside, this fake Cecile is whamming this guard, making them opening the vaults so that they could retrieve the mask. But the thing is that Keiynan finds something really suspicious what's going on the outside. Something's controlling Barry as well. And Iris is remembering, thinking about all the sus Cecile things she was talking about. And Iris warned Susan, saying that, yeah, that's not Cecile, you better get out there now. Of course, it's not Cecile. They end up finding out. And she doesn't whammy Susan. She actually makes Susan shoot herself. Don't worry, she has a train gun. She ends up shooting herself with her own train gun. And yes, Susan gets knocked out, basically. But she's alright, don't worry. She wakes up inside Star Labs, but yes, Cecile is still dislocating the comm system, so they won't be able to track her down. So now the rest of the Team Flash are coming up with a plan of how to stop and find this fake Cecile protagonist. Now, basically, Cecile admits to Barry that the reason why we're inside my mind, this memory, is because years ago I had a mental breakdown and sent here because her mother died, basically. And she tried to hide this deep inside her mind, her past, but her past, it came back to life. And Barry said that you need to face this, face it head on. Barry's powers came back, and she agreed she was going to face her tragic moments face to face and try to battle it. Meanwhile, they find out what this evil Cecile wants, and she wants to keep this vessel by taking control over DeVoe's share. And Cecile and Barry are finally about to escape, but the guard is still there, so Cecile needs to take out the guard so that her and Barry could go right through the portal. Meanwhile, Iris is actually, I guess you could say, being a decoy for the fake Cecile. But this Cecile in the Mindscape, she's actually very powerful than she actually realizes. She destroys the guard. I think she's actually more powerful than Top. You guys know who Top is, right? Well, yeah, I think she's a lot more powerful than her now, basically. So, Chester comes up behind and Chester destroys the chair in a pretty awesome way, basically. So, Cecile's, her alter ego basically ends up dying, and Cecile and Barry ends up running through the portal, and they end up waking up, getting back to their normal selves. Meanwhile, after this, something awesome happens. They have a new member of Team Flash. Susan decides to stick around, so she's a member of Team Flash, which is pretty awesome. I like the idea. Now, Cecile is back at home and explaining to Joe everything what happened. Other than that, I found this episode pretty interesting development. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Anyways, if you guys are new, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all in the next video.